it. You copy notes today. You have a lot today to talk and to work on. So we're talking about personality. It's a whole very big course in psychology that it takes a lot. It entails a lot that has to do with an individual's unique and enduring pattern of thinking, feeling, and behavior. Personality refers to an individual's unique and enduring pattern of thinking, feeling, and behaving, which are shaped by genetics and environment. It is shaped by genetics and environment. That's what we call what? Personality. So personality is the outcome of somebody's thoughts, feeling, and behaviors, which are shaped by what? I said, by your genetics and your life experience or your environment. Now, when we talk about your genetics, we're talking about your temperaments. Your genetics has to do with your temperaments, which refers to an aspects of your personality that are influenced by your biological we're talking your biological combination. We talk about your genes. So temperament is biological. Personality is biological. Is the outcome, the outward expression of this, but that is in genetic makeup. So personality, in as much as you can see it from childhood, it starts being influenced from childhood. Your environment, which has to do with your training, your education, because we talk about the environment, that's your external influence. Your environment has to do with your friendship. Your environment has to do with your religion or your belief system. It has to do with the community and your life experiences. It has to do with your genderness. It has to do with commitment and background. It has to do with all of this. So when we talk about somebody's personality, we talk about everything that is the outcome of the person's thoughts, feelings, and behavior, shaped by what? Your temperament and your environment or life experience. Now, when we talk about your unique patterns, there are things here that I want to we'll talk about more as we go. Your unique pattern has to do with, we talk about your unique pattern. These traits combine combination of the character traits to create a distinctive individual. When we talk about enduring characteristics, we say personality can change over time, particularly during childhood and adolescence. But then core traits stay stable throughout. An individual gets to get acquainted. A lot of information is put in place within that time. When we talk about how when we go to the place of trauma healing or trauma, we realize that most people start being traumatized from their childhood, and it affected their personality. So personality, we talk about enduring characteristics. It says it can change over time, particularly during childhood and adolescence. These are the time where they are sensitive to their environment. They are more influenced by their environment. An individual is more influenced by their environment. So, but during adulthood, there is a mastery, so it tends to be stable. So it may be inborn, but at a particular time, it tends to be stable. So influences behavior. I'm talking like a breakdown of this definition. I say personality traits influence how people react to situations, how they interact with others, and how they pursue their goals. How does it influence behavior? He says personality traits influences how people react to situations, interact with others, and pursue their goals. This is in a general form. They are determinants because personality is influenced by both, the determinants of personality are both genetic and environmental. Genetic and environmental. So whatsoever happens in our environment, it affects our personality. And I say most often, it affects between our childhood and adolescence. When you become adult, there is a stability, there is a mastery of who really you are. There's a mastery of what you carry. There's a mastery of a lot of things around you. So in talking about the idea of it in this sense, it means personality is a static trait, but a dynamic system that evolves and adapts over time as individuals interact with their environment. What is the impact on our lives? They say it can have a significant implication for various aspects of life, including relationship, work, and overall well-being. I'm getting into it now. That's a bit of the breakdown of what personality we talk about. In this breakdown, the unique patterns. We talk about the enduring characteristics. We talk about the influence on behavior. We talk about the determinants, which I keep saying that it has to do both with genetics and our environment. Impact on our lives is the same. If you have to live better with people, you must understand your personality and the personality of others. It is very important. And generally we have personality, since it has to do with a genetic combination. So traditionally we have 4 types. This genetic, we call it a temperament. We call it we talk about the temperament, which is the aspect of personality influenced by your biological, influences by biological experience, biological makeup, your biological makeup. So it's from birth, you are either a sanguine, a melancholic, a phlegmatic, or a choleric. These are 4 principal temperamental types. 4 principal temperaments. We have the sanguine, a melancholic, a choleric, and a phlegmatic. These temperaments, they affect everything that when we talk about. It affects everything. It affects the speech. It affects what they talk about, how you talk. It affects how you think. It affects how you act. It affects how you, if everything has to, is surrounded or is linked to this. Then now your environment added now to this can shape your being. So we talk in specifically marriage. You see, most people, there's a lot of conflict, divorce, too much of problems in marriage because many people don't yet understand this aspect of temperament or personality. Many people are to understand this thing, that some people say this person is a quiet person. What aspect of quiet? What is it? Because when we look at it, we see that 2 are extroverts and 2 are introverted. 2 are extroverted and 2 are introverted people. Who are those who are the sanguine? The choleric and the sanguine, they are extroverted. They in fact, they manifest easily outwardly. You can easily see it. Introverted. So when we talk about she's a quiet person, what kind, which category of quietness does she or he fall on? Because we'll have a brief understanding of these 4. A quiet person that is a phlegmatic will be more service-oriented, while a melancholy will be more quality-oriented. So they have different orientation, though they may portray there's some characteristics, but their orientation is different. For example, also, we have the people-oriented and the task-oriented temperament. People-oriented have to deal with the sanguine and the phlegmatic. These are people-oriented. And task-oriented, we see the choleric and the melancholy. This temperament shows relationship with somebody. You will understand that many people don't even know themselves and they throw blames on other people. Some people say just because of the value they have for marriage, not because they enjoy themselves or they just understood and they have stayed to stay in marriage, not for themselves, because they don't know themselves. So they are strangers, and the only thing that keeps them together is marriage. Let me put it, the title marriage, but not the life, because they don't know each other. So they are staying as strangers simply because we are married. What else? We have children. Where do I go to? We are there. They don't understand this person's characteristics. They don't understand it. And when you don't understand, imagine a choleric and a sanguine. And mind you, these people, their gender works. Their gender influences them too. This temperament, they are also influenced. Their gender has an influence. A sanguine man has a way he responds. Unlike a sanguine woman, the responses and all of that. How do they respond to work? How do they respond to sex? How do they respond to food? How do they respond to relationship as a whole? How do they respond to their environment? Is very different. I used to tell people that traditionally they would tell a woman a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. That's a traditional saying. But you see, there are people who prefers a way, there's a way they think different. There's a man that before food comes to him, he prefers sex than food. His temperament pushes him to be too sensitive to sex than even food. And so if you are ignorant, they will just come and you just start asking some foolish questions like, okay, they were taught like this and like that. When you hear a man, no. As a counselor, we know how to respond to people based on the knowledge of their personality or their temperaments and character traits. So we talk about, let's say, an overview of these 4 temperaments. There's always a blending where they say nobody can be completely phlegmatic, nobody can be completely melancholic. All right, there's always the blend between a phlegmatic, okay, you say, no, I am 90%, and which one is dominant, which one is recessive. So there is always this 4 that one will always be dominant and the other will be less dominant. Let me not put it like that. Let me put it like that. One will be dominant and the other will be less dominant. So we talk about a sanguine. The overview of a sanguine says they are known for being optimistic. They are optimistic, they are social, and they are cheerful. Often enthusiastic, talkative, and enjoy being the center of attention. So naturally, this is how the overview of a sanguine. They are being optimistic. You know what it means? They think like, okay, there's a fear. They don't really like taking risks, but they like to be there. They are social and they are cheerful. Often enthusiastic. They are talkative and enjoy being the center of attention. There is no good temperament. There is no bad temperament. No. There is no good and there is no bad temperament. All of them are good. All of them are needed. But we just need to know when which one is needed around us in our society. A choleric, characterized by being ambitious, competitive, and decisive. A choleric is being ambitious. That one, those people, when you just see them, you know. Competitive and decisive. They can be short-tempered. Do you know? They have difficulties controlling their emotions. Easily angered. That is a choleric person, characterized by being ambitious. they are ambitious, they are competitive, and they are decisive. There is always something. They are always there. They are too competitive. And we'll see deeper. We'll work on the strengths and we'll work on the weaknesses. And then you will find yourself. There is no bad temperament and there is no good temperament. All of them are good. And all of them are bad. Now, we talk about a melancholy. Generally, we know this is an introvert. Of analytical, thoughtful, introspective, and analytical. They may be thoughtful, they may be sensitive, and have a tendency towards being pessimistic. They have it, but they are quiet. They are just quiet, calm, thoughtful people. They are introverted people. We talk about the phlegmatic. The phlegmatic is known for being relaxed, calm, and peaceful. They are often easygoing and tend to avoid conflicts. They are often easygoing and tend to avoid conflict. Just get up and you say, hey, you are counseling a couple and they bring you a situation like the one I just saw in the group where a woman, the children, and all of that. First of all, if I ask you, what is the personality of that kind of a woman? How can you qualify her personality if we have to put them? Let's just talk about a person. Where does she fall? From her reaction, her thoughts, you can know where she falls. You can know the kind of person, how she reasons, and how she can easily be influenced, or how, let me say generally, how she can be influenced. This same story, another woman in that shoe will say, my children almost made me. But her temperament will show that she lost it. So at this point, if you don't know you, I know that when something comes like this is my strength and this is my weakness. It makes you live with people very complicated. You will be mentality, feeling that people owe you because of the way they act around you. Sometimes people get jealous because of other people. Things happen when people don't know them. What happened? Sorry. It is not enough for you to just say that I am an introverted person. I am an extroverted person. No. Understanding the personality type is very important, beginning with you. Somebody wrote something today. I said, I went to see the counselor to explain my marital crisis. The counselor cried until I started consoling the counselor. You know, some things happen. Say, I explained it. The crying was too much until I instead had to start consoling and say, please, it's my problem, not your own. So you have to master you. A woman will just come and say something. No, that's not, it has to do also with you knowing your personality type. Be careful how you listen. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? It's the assignment I will give us. We will do it and we will bring back come back with our feedback. Because I said, we talk about the work time, the way you interact with your environment. When somebody comes to you and he says, my husband does not eat my food. It applies. Don't just think whether she, okay, do you know how to cook? How do you cook his best? What is even his best? And all of that and all of that. Interview the person. You find out the personality of the person. When somebody is too task-oriented, there's a way their lifestyle is. When somebody is people-oriented, there is a way their lifestyle. No. They don't work the same. They don't think the same. We have just seen here why there's an optimistic temperament, why there's another pessimistic temperament. And then you say, this is a phlegmatic girl, this is a melancholic girl. Why are you not acting? Are you not a girl like others? Or are you not a man like others? There is a kind of temperament that if you meet around, know that this phlegmatic, they are relaxed. There are people that always need to be forced. There are people that, there's one temperament I will always say is a wheelbarrow temperament, that if it does not have another temperament, there's a lot of challenge. So you see, the couple may have a challenge because maybe one person will always be coming with an idea. And then, you know, that kind of a temperament, when you say, okay, I think we should do this, the person, a phlegmatic, will say, okay, I'll think about it. He can take a month. But a choleric, as you people are saying, you're already trying it. A choleric is daring. So you cannot say, hey, you are this, why can't, no. You just see that this is a weakness. How do we develop it? A choleric, as you just bring it, what happened is, my God, he's so ambitious, adventurous. He wants to do things. He wants things to happen. He forces himself to do things. He creates things where there's nothing. A choleric creates. A choleric sits and creates. A phlegmatic will always love ideas to be given. Then he can run with it. She can run with it for a while and then stops. They will run like a wheelbarrow that you carry and then they stop. They will run and then you carry and then you stop. It's one of the temperaments that I always call. I said a phlegmatic is a wheelbarrow. That one. That's one thing that I know. So we will talk about, I told us that I encouraged us, all of us, to see a need for this book. I encouraged all of us to see a need for this book. So that while we are talking, this book is one of the books that I said, amongst many, best-selling amongst many, that cuts across. When we talk about, a lot has to do with, because when we go to the way the different people react to, like I said, I first of all said work. We are talking about work. How do they react to work? You know that a choleric is result-oriented. A melancholic, what he's looking for towards a task, generally they are task-oriented, but what a choleric is looking for is results. What a melancholic is looking for is quality, as in they look at, they have a thing. With a choleric, can we do it? Yes, let's do it. A melancholic, when we do it, what is the quality of it being done? What is the quality of it? Because if we don't work with quality, for a melancholy, we have not arrived. We talk about, even in the level of task, leadership. The way the choleric husband will lead his home is different from the way a melancholic husband will lead his home. So every aspect of marriage works with the way the different temperaments align with that environment. If a woman is too choleric, that woman will do a lot of harm. There are a lot of things that happen, but they are too work-oriented. They are task-oriented. They set the task, but they are what? Short-tempered. So when you are dealing with a short-tempered person, what are their weaknesses? What are their strengths? What are the things that they don't like? How do they react to things like that? At the end of the day, we go to where we are going to. Why everybody should know his or her temperament. We talk on that, and then we'll continue. Why your personality or your character trait or your temperament, all of this put together. Why is it important to us? Number one, knowing about your temperament will show you what kind of person you are naturally inclined to marry. Yes, I agree. Except God permits it. There are some people, some temperaments that should not get married. Before they get married, they will need a lot of help. There are some temperaments that when the two work together, when the two work together, you are in trouble. In the course of time, we will understand, for example, a choleric husband and a choleric wife, a choleric husband and a sanguine wife. This is a talkative, people-oriented. This other one, task-oriented. So if they don't know how to blend it, they'll always have problems. So knowing about your temperament will show you what kind of person you are naturally inclined. They say naturally. So apart from God, naturally, you are this kind of a person. This is how you should. This kind of a person you are inclined to marry. Number two, knowing about it will make you aware of your natural weaknesses. Yes. For example, they always say sanguines carry their lustful. They are prone to immorality. Just like choleric, from that word, you know, French, colère. The thing is, they are too short-tempered. So when it is like that, you know your weaknesses, you know, naturally, you just know that this kind of an environment does not go with me, this kind of a thing, this is me, and like that. It helps you aware of your natural weaknesses. They say they are talkative. They say these ones, they are always, they are too cold, they are too quiet. It helps you when you know it. That this quietness to me is not, it will not help this relationship. Somebody already knows, I don't like a quiet woman. I don't like a quiet man. So when you know it, it helps you. Also, it will be aware of your natural strength. So stop telling people that, yes, I can do, when naturally you cannot do. You can do it only by the grace of God. You do it through Christ that strengthens you. But naturally, there are things you cannot do. So naturally, you know your strength. You know that if they get you up in the morning, I can do this thing without thinking. You know it. A melancholy, if you ask a melancholy to talk, number one, a melancholy is not a people person. Now imagine that you want to get married to a melancholy and you expect, please, you will have a lot of work, and stop comparing with that other woman. Can't you talk? I was talking with a couple. The woman said, my husband, when I congratulated my friend to say that, congratulations, at least you have made my wife to be talking, because she was like a dumb. So at least you make her to be talking. Thank you. So, but then you wanted a woman to take time. You take extra effort to make people to become. But if you just accept them like that, so naturally it helps me. This is my strength. This is my weakness. This is my limit, and my boundary has to be. I cannot go beyond, except otherwise. Like we said, the environment now can help me to shape a lot of things. You can now maybe find yourself around people who are doing it now. Sometimes that environment will push you to go ahead. We talk about it will help you accept and to flow with your marriage partner. I said it earlier that it will help you to know what kind of a person. Now, if you are married, it will help you to know how to flow. Still talking about this introverted person. There's a difference between a phlegmatic. A phlegmatic, we know, is being relaxed. A phlegmatic can sit and listen to you for hours. Those are introverted. The phlegmatic may not talk much, but a phlegmatic can provoke you to talk much, and the phlegmatic is listening, relaxed, not bored. But a melancholic will just sit. When you talk too much, a melancholy can shut down. I'm just tired. A melancholy is like, they count their words. It's like, I want to listen to one time. Getting married now to a melancholy, and you don't understand her temperament. You may think she's ignoring you. We're talking, and then she shuts down, as in, I looked at her. Did I offend you? No. What happened? Think like, oh, what happened? You see, I started thinking of our conversation, where I would have gone wrong. But that's when she said, I don't know how to talk for long. I said, okay, but you don't look like it. He said, I wanted to just keep you. I was like, oh, she shuts down. Shuts down. So the man is like, the exhibit, he said, bam, because the thing is boiling. And why are you not? It's like you're boring. So sometimes violence steps in. It's quiet, but I don't take advantage of all of that. It will help you to accept and flow with people, and it will help you to forgive people easily. All of these things are advantageous for us. Sometimes somebody that is a melancholy because of a lot of awareness, because of a lot, like we said, the environment has worked on the person, the life experiences. You see, one quiet lady becomes a talkative because life, uh, life has worked on that person. And when it is like that, at the end of the day, you must become the best version of yourself. As our mommy coach always say, it's about becoming, developing yourself to always become the best version of yourself. That's what makes you happy. Your greatest joy is having the best version of yourself. So whether you're a phlegmatic, melancholy, that's why I say there's no bad temperament. Just become the best version of yourself. Now, a talkative should make use of knowledge. So that when you each time you are talking, you should be talking sense, not dullness. Go and read books, go and do research. So that when you are talking now, you are talking sense. So you have added value. You have not changed to be a talkative, but you have added sense. You that is too quiet, go and learn sense. So that when you open your mouth to speak, no foolishness. Do not say that you are quiet like that. That's how you are dull. Your brain too is dull. But when you open your mouth to speak, or when you want to do something, you do it well. That's a need of knowing me and developing me so that whatever will come out of me is the better version of my yesterday. So when we talk about it, the best thing you do, personality is the first thing you should help people in relationship premarital counseling. With the test, with other questions, personality you should know. You evaluate it, and you start even their counseling based on that. It's very important. You are not counseling them to say, no, it cannot work. If you have the opportunity to effectively counsel people, start with personality. Let them understand their temperamental traits. Let them understand it. Fill their forms. Each person, they do it by themselves. And then they put their strength. There are different kinds of personality forms, but there's mine that the one here that I'll give you. You will do it for yourself first, and then tomorrow we'll ask, you will tell me your own type first. Not so. You tell me your own. So we'll look at generally, since we are talking about marriage, we'll look at the strength, what it means to have a choleric husband or wife. We know that. I'll give us some few, and then we will go in for more. Now, the strength of a choleric husband. is hot, quick, active, practical, and strong-willed. I said a choleric husband, number one, is hot, quick, active, practical, and strong-willed. Self-sufficient, number two, and very independent. Like we said, he thrives on activity. This is a choleric. Choleric does not like to sit. A choleric husband, he cannot sit. You can, if you see a choleric husband sleeping, it means there is malaria at 100 degrees, because even with they are not. He says he thrives on activity. In fact, to him, life is activity. So if you are getting married and you think that you are marrying a house husband, choleric husbands are not house husbands. They don't have that time. When they sit in their house, they don't have they can be doing, their things are always happening. They thrive on activity. Though he rarely engages in aimless activity because he's practical. Don't forget. He tries, but not aimless activity. They are always having this vision. They are not aimless. They don't just do things. He's capable of making sound, instant decisions and planning worthwhile projects. I'll end there. Or let me give one. He is a born leader, known as a strong natural leader in the business world. He's a born leader. So let's look at a choleric husband in the area of finance. He is an achiever and successful. He is a great provider. He does not want his wife and children to be in need. And does not understand why there should be a problem after he has done all this. You see where the thing is? You see, he is very okay. Buy food, give you, build a house. They are very okay. So, but when you tell him there's a problem, he does not understand, because to him, a good husband takes care of the wife, the children, the home, provision. He carries it with ease on him. He very easy. But when there's a problem, you say, no, it's not money, it's not the house. He will buy everything, he can give you all. But he does not understand how you say, please, your presence, we need it. The children, he does not understand that one. He does not understand how the wife should be missing him. To him, he's the one to miss his wife and come. The wife is not supposed to miss him, especially sexually. Or when, no, he's okay. When he can be doing things. He's in the house, he's doing things. He's this here, he's thinking this one, he's writing this project. If he's even a poor man, he can scatter. He can come to the house, even unscrew and screw something. He's looking for activity. He can change the setting of the house if he's too idle. So financially, he's a good provider. He does not want his wife and children to be in need. So we say that spiritually, he is an achiever. He's a pioneer and a builder. Spiritually, he has the tendency to believe more in his strength than in God. He believes, he's naturally gifted. So why you may be saying that you are trusting God, he has already created a thing. He has looked for a way out. So spiritually, he has a tendency to believe in himself, in his strength, than in God. So their belief system is weak. He's very committed when in the era of commitment generally. So he just have this determination, this strong determination that makes him achieve, even if he's not gifted. A choleric man is too committed. He doesn't need to be gifted. He doesn't need to, he just have this strong determination. No, I must make it in this life. If whatever it takes, he's not gifted. He does not need to be gifted. No, he's weak. They develop part of his temperament. That's why he does not know how to control. Anger is it. He's very short tempered. He does not reason. When he meets resistance, he fights. He does not like. But emotionally, why? There are people that are prone to fight. So they don't have time to leaders. No, it has to dread to take sometimes some shocks. They don't know. Compassion. No, he does not. The most serious weakness is anger as big. Very hostile if they don't develop their temperament. If they don't take time to work.
Pastor Me. Pastor Me.
Cholerics tend to carry a grudge for a long time.
Pastor Me.
They are not bothered. Yes.
Yes, we lost you at some point. So please, if you can just repeat what you said like in some 1 minute ago. Thank you.
Okay. I was
Pastor.
Yes, ma.
Please, we lost you at, I'm guessing everyone did, at the level of emotionally, that it's the least developed part of his life. Of his personality. The
Okay.
choleric. Mhm.
I said that. I say, his most serious weakness is anger. Cholerics are extremely hostile people. These are different aspects of his weaknesses. They tend, okay, this one I said, they tend to carry a grudge for a long time. Are we up to date? Are we there?
Just go ahead. Go ahead with the weaknesses as you're giving on the choleric.
Yes. So I said they tend to carry grudge for a long time. When you deal with a choleric, if you do something and they don't overtake you, they start planning you. They keep it. They don't easily forgive. They keep it. A choleric can easily tell you that in 2020, you did this thing. And in 2023, you did this other one. And in 2028, you did this other one. And now in 2029, you have done up. They give you the full dose. That's the weakness of a choleric. No, they know they are go-getter. They are not in a hurry. They don't feel like they can be defeated. They set you up. They put their grudges. So he often falls prey, they say, to ulcer by the time he easily falls prey because of forgiveness, grudge. You see now, it's not plantain that's giving gastritis. It's not cassava fufu. It's unforgiveness. Spiritually, they don't forgive easily. By the way, they believe in themselves more than in God. So forgiveness is not a priority in their agenda. It's not in their vocabulary like that. He may willfully cause pain to others and enjoy it. Yes. This is a natural tendency of a choleric. They are happy. They are sadists. I can call them like that. They are happy when people are in pain. A choleric husband is happy when the wife cries more. When he tortures the wife, that's why most of them, they do domestic violence. Most of them, they have some, they are prone to a lot of evil. They enjoy it. They are the people that can cut your ear today and they are smiling. By the way, if somebody can bear grudge with you for a long time, it means the person is waiting. He does not like you when you are happy. So those are their strengths, a few of them that we can talk about. Before I continue, can we have any question? Before I continue, is there any question? I'm waiting.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Yes, Mommy. I just noted, but I think you finally said it at the end. I just noted that I was going to say or ask. I think that you can say they are very self-centered and heartless, but I think your conclusion down here or the last statement shows that they are really that self-centered, heartless, not caring. When you're unforgiving, you can really, just feel that you are just yourself, you are everything of yourself, and the other person is nobody. But can
That
they
is
change?
drama. Yes.
Can
If it's
their
about
way?
change, yes, if it is about change, everybody can change. When we talk about one weakness, It's like that person. That's why from the beginning I said, there is no bad temperament. There's no good temperament. All of them, they have their strengths and their weaknesses. And because of life and purpose we have to accomplish, there must be a change. These are natural tendencies. A man that has not maybe experienced, he has not been exposed to some things, to God in particular. This is a natural man that has not come in contact with the light in any way. Maybe the light through knowledge or light through the word of God. Because if somebody is here and you learn naturally that this is a very bad thing, if you keep it, let go, forgive. Okay, even as you are taking care of your husband, I don't need to quote the Bible to you to tell you that a choleric husband, in your temperament, Papa, you are a very good man. You pay all the bills of the house, but your family is not a furniture. Please have time for them. It will solve a lot of problems, because one of the things that happen is like this and like this. Now, there is an added advantage which we emphasize here in Blossom Life Academy, is that God is an ultimate to us. So when we look at this natural tendency, we are just saying that when you meet somebody and the person says, apart from God, is there no other way you can help me? You should be able to give knowledge to that person. Knowledge is light. You must not know how to quote scripture. You just have this knowledge that from what I learned, I realized that this kind of a person has this kind of temperament. This kind of a person, and these are the disadvantaged of such. So if I have to help you like this, like this, like this, and above all, we should help people talk about God. We pray as many as we will encounter, they will yield to. Because everything is, we know that the devil is the root of all evil. So if we can help people come under the grace and the obedience of God, it will be good. So natural temperaments, that's why I said they should do it. Personality. This one is without the scripture. Even if the person is a pastor and you have the opportunity to counsel that pastor, let them do this test. Because that man, when he is not praying, that man, when he has decided maybe to take himself away from the word of God, or the devil has come around him and wants to influence him, what happened to that woman? What happens to that man out of the presence, or that has missed it? It is this thing naturally that happens to them. They will act naturally like this. So how do we help them? By making them understand who they are and the dangers of holding onto their temperaments. Why it will not end well if you keep treating people this way. If the boss is too choleric all the time, you put people on heat and you'll be changing workers every day. You think it's because I don't have time. Oh, and it's my money. No. There is help people to become. Okay. Any other question before we continue? Are we there?
Yes.
Hello. Can we continue?
Yes, Pastor.
Yes.
Okay. Mama Caro, are we okay?
Okay, ma. We are okay, ma.
All right. Thank you, ma. All right. Thank you. The strength of a choleric wife. Number one of a choleric wife, she tells everyone else what to do and is commanding in her style. She's too bossy. We call them, she's bossy, she's commanding. Yes, she listens, everybody listens to her, but she does not listen. So she's there, she's a strength. So she tells everyone else she can put order. They call it a strength. They say often struggles after leaving the workplace to stay home with her children. You see what I was saying? Because she thinks there is nothing special to battle, challenge to challenge, conquest. Like, I'm there. I finished this work. Oh, no. What am I going to do in the house? The children, their school fees are paid. If you don't have a big company and you are just in a small, you are working for somebody, a lady, she'll still want to look for a secretary lady. Will still want to do something. Hey, my boss has given me this. Okay, no, this and that. They call them, they say they want it that way. Productive. This choleric woman is so hardworking, goal-oriented, and energetic. She tends to lead an exceptionally productive life. What do we say about them? We talk about cholerics.
Pastor Mio, we cannot hear you.
Yes.
We can't hear you.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
For real?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Can I continue?
Yes, please.
A choleric wife is open and honest. A choleric wife is open and honest. You don't have to wonder what they are thinking or feeling because they will let you know right up front. Yes, they will let you know what they are thinking, what they are up to. They don't keep it. This is what I'm working on. This is what I want to do. She has an excellent insight that is ignored because someone doesn't like the way it was presented. No, she's very, very focused. A choleric woman is focused. She views life as a series of problems to solve or challenges to overcome. I said they can create their own problem. Very well. They can create it. So what are the challenges that they'll have? She's a forceful woman with many goals in mind. She may help with the finance of the home. So there is always that tendency. A choleric woman cannot even stay in the house. Like she's not the woman, a sit-at-home woman. So if you are looking for a sit-at-home woman, don't go for a choleric. She's not a sit-at-home. If she sits at home, she will change the house every day. She will need to ask money to change the blinds every time. She's not a sit at home. As in, she does not feel comfortable being idle, doing nothing. A choleric wife does not. So she's not a sit-at-home wife. Like somebody say, no, I have enough money. Let my wife just sit at home. No, I think a melancholy can sit at home somehow. I mean, a perfect melancholy can do house chores well. But we call it perfect, like only one. When it's only that part, it cannot. It cannot. She cannot stay. She will go and you said don't walk. She'll go. You just hear that. I just went. I tried this Accra that you say you don't want. Let me just try it. I try. They don't know how to be idle. So there are people that can help you. If you are looking for a financial woman and you can manage, just go for a choleric. They are good. Weaknesses. Self-centered. Self-centered. She's interested in just herself. We know. If he does not please me, it's you. It's job, work, this, that. What pleases me, that is it. She uses people, doesn't take time to make friends. Is not interested in two-way. Does not take time to make friends. Not too much into friend is work. So anytime she's relating with some people, there should be an activity going on, not friendship. There should be an activity going on with a choleric. A choleric woman does not have time, go visit neighbor, gossip there, go visit auntie, gossip there. They don't have that time. If they visit auntie, they'll look for food, cook, pound and they create. So they don't have time. They are too like, what will please me? What's the next thing that gives me satisfaction? What is the next task to be accomplished? Is that which a weakness, self-centeredness. So they use people, they don't take time to make friends. It's not in their thing. They are bossy. She comes across as the bossiest, most annoying, know-it-all personality on the planet. She's a woman who likes to take charge. Know it all. Know it all. You know, she's first of all task-oriented, so she likes work all the time. So you want to talk about this. She's a workaholic. She knows it. She's the boss lady. She's very annoying. She can be everywhere. She enters your office, she's everywhere. If she has a company, she comes, she knows everything. She enters the house, everything. They are just like that. So they have this annoying part of them. A choleric wife may be more pleasing to her boss at work or to her pastor because she achieves a lot. However, where the boss to marry her, he may not be able to live with her. Are we seeing it? She may be a choleric wife may be more pleasing to her boss at work or her pastor in church, but because she achieves a lot, because she's task-oriented, it can go. She's task-oriented. However, if the boss has to marry her, he may not be able to live with her. Because that was work. So she can do things for you as far as work is concerned. But every other, no, she's not. So we check some of these things. She's not very domesticated. Yes. She's not domesticated too much. She's a strong woman who tries to dominate and lead her husband in every way. She may be very unforgiving towards her husband. One other important thing is, doesn't take time for real conversation and is easily threatened by questions. Mommy, why? Come on, why is it that you're, hey, leave this place. Get out from here. That is a choleric wife. The husband wants to say, hey, baby, why are you so early? Why are you going to work? Hey, there is always, she does not like, she's threatened by questions. She doesn't have time for real conversation. She's a know-it-all for real. Boss ladies. Okay. The last 5 minutes, maybe I should take one question, or we have a resume, anything. A take back home. How the class, what do we think about it today? The last few minutes.